You are going to want to make these Crockpot meals over and over again. These are some of my family's all-time favorites, so I thought I would compile them all together to share with y'all just in time for Crockpot season. Let's get into these top 5 favorite Crockpot meals. Alright, so to the bottom of our slow cooker, I'm going to try to add half this can of rotel and just spread that around as best you can. Alright, so now I have 1 onion sliced and 3 bell peppers sliced. So I'm going to place half of each of these in the next layer. Next, we're going to just sprinkle on about 4 cloves of minced garlic. Next, on top of that, we're just going to lay 3 chicken breasts. We're gonna add 2.5 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon paprika, and 3/4 a teaspoon of ground coriander. We're just gonna mix everything together. Also, I forgot to add a little pepper and salt. Now we're just gonna sprinkle on that seasoning mixture right over the chicken. Next, we're gonna add the remaining tomatoes, or rotel, and then the remaining peppers and onions. Right, and I'm gonna cook mine on high for about 2 or 3 hours until that chicken is cooked through. All right, so everything's been cooking about 4 hours. So I'm just gonna shred up this chicken. And the instructions on the original recipe say to ladle out some of this liquid. I guess it's more than you need. They said ladle out about a cup and just discard it. And now you can either slice up your chicken, you can take it out, or just shred it up. But I think we'll be fine with just shredding it up because we're gonna put ours into tortillas anyway. To a small little bowl, we're just going to mix together about 2 tablespoons of honey and then 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Alright, and then we're just going to pour that mixture over the chicken. I'm going to toss it around a little bit, and we are ready to eat. Like I said, we're gonna serve ours with some tortillas, but you could just put it over some chips and do it like nachos. We do that kind of thing a lot of time. All right, y'all, here are those chicken fajitas all plated up. They look delicious. We like to top ours with just a little bit of shredded cheese, sour cream. You could also do lettuce, cilantro. They have a little bit of guacamole on the side. You could do black olives, basically whatever you want on your fajitas or tacos. I think these are gonna be so good. I love all the fresh ingredients that this recipe uses. So yeah, let's dig right into these chicken fajitas. Alright, so I have my cleaned chicken breast in my crock pot. These are pretty small, but I think it'll still be okay with all the pasta and everything. And then next, we're going in with the Olive Garden Italian dressing. Now, I've seen a few people make this, and a few of them I've noticed have said you really don't need the whole bottle of this Italian dressing. And since my chicken breasts are kind of small, I'm gonna go with about half because I don't want it to be too zesty. That's what I've noticed a few people saying. And then next, the recipe I looked at called for grated Parmesan cheese, about 1/4 a cup. But I also have shredded, so I think I'm gonna do a little bit of both. Just sprinkle that right over top of the chicken. Of course, you do it how you want to. Don't be afraid to change up recipes a little bit and make them, you know, put your own spin on it. I'm not gonna do a ton of the shredded Parmesan, just a small little handful. Also gonna give it a little sprinkle of black pepper. And then lastly, I have 8 ounces of cream cheese. Just gonna plop that right on top of the chicken. All right, so I'm gonna get this covered. I'm actually getting kind of a late start. What's new? So I'm gonna start mine out on high and then I'll probably turn it down to low. I do that a lot of times when I forget or just run out of time. Start it on high and then I'll turn it down to low so it doesn't cook too awfully fast. And then later when this gets all creamy, we're gonna shred it up and make the pasta that goes along with this. I'm so excited to try this recipe. All right, so I ended up just letting this chicken cook on high for about 4 hours. So now I'm just gonna kind of shred up this chicken. I'm just using a little chopping tool. It's a mix and chop, but you can get them on Amazon as well. It's nice and tender. We're gonna chop all this up, and it is nice and creamy as well. I hope the camera's doing it justice. Haven't tasted it yet, so we will see. So I'm just gonna keep that on warm, and meanwhile over here on the stove, I'm just gonna cook up 1 box of penne pasta. Of course, you can use any kind of pasta that you prefer. All right, so I guess you could serve it up separately. Just have your chicken with the sauce and the noodles, but I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and mix the two. You may or may not put all these noodles in here. Talked about sauce ratio. You gotta have it saucy. You can't have it too dry. I did taste that chicken. I think it's gonna be really good. All right, y'all, there is Olive Garden chicken pasta. Darren's tried it. I'm getting ready to try it myself. Not fancy, but definitely easy, and it gets dinner on the table. So I'm just starting by browning up some sliced bacon that I already chopped up. I'm gonna brown that about halfway. Is there anything better than the smell of bacon cooking? I mean, really. All right, so our bacon is about halfway crisp. Now I'm just gonna add some chopped carrots, celery, and onion to soften up. And of course, I will have the exact measurements in the recipe linked down below so you guys can go and see and check it out. We're also adding 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. And we're just gonna let this cook for a few minutes until these veggies start to soften up. All right, so now I've just brought our veggies and bacon mixture over to my slow cooker, and we're just gonna add those right in. Next to the slow cooker, we're just gonna add 4 cups of chicken stock or chicken broth. Next, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of better than bouillon. Next, I'm just gonna add a pinch of black pepper. I'm gonna hold off on the salt for now just because that bouillon and chicken stock is salty. Can always add that in at the end if you need it. Next, we're adding 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme. Next, I have about 4 pounds of russet potatoes that I've already chopped. I'm gonna add those in. All right, I'm gonna give everything a stir. And this can either cook on low for 7 or 8 hours. I'm actually gonna cook mine on high for about 4 or 5 hours. We want these potatoes to be fork tender, and then we have just a couple more ingredients we're gonna add at the end. Okay, so my potatoes are nice and tender. Now we're just gonna add a couple more things to make our soup really creamy. I'm just adding a 1/2 cup of flour. And to that, I'm just gonna add 1 cup of milk. Her recipe calls for whole milk. I always buy 2% and it works just fine. All right, I'm just gonna give this a whisk. I'm just gonna pour in that flour mixture. And last but not least, we're gonna add 2 cups of heavy cream. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. So creamy. I did taste it. It does taste good also. But the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mash some of these potatoes just a little bit. And this step is optional. You don't have to do this, but I kind of like the smaller little chunks in there, and it just makes it a little bit smoother. You could even take an immersion blender and totally blend it up a little bit. I've done that with other potato soup recipes before too. This potato soup was so delicious. I think it might be my new favorite potato soup recipe. All those extra veggies in there just added a little bit of flavor. You really couldn't even tell there was a bunch of veggies in it. I served it with some fresh French bread, and it was the perfect fall dinner. To my slow cooker, I'm just gonna add about 3 chicken breasts. Next, on top of our chicken, we're gonna add 1 15-ounce jar of green enchilada sauce. You can use any brand that you like. I really like the Siete brand. The ingredients in this stuff is so good. Next, on top of that, we're gonna add about half a carton of chicken stock. Just pour that right on. And this is gonna cook on low for 6 to 7 hours or high for 3 to 4. All right, so our chicken has been cooking a few hours. It is nice and tender. We're just gonna go ahead and get it pulled out of our slow cooker. And we're gonna shred this up with 2 forks. Next to the crock pot, we're gonna add 4 ounces of softened or room temperature cream cheese, 2 cups of shredded Colby Jack cheese, 1 cup of heavy cream, sprinkle of salt, sprinkle of black pepper, and then we're just gonna add that shredded chicken back into the crock pot. Give everything a nice stir. You can already see it's starting to melt and become really nice and creamy. And this is just gonna stay on low for probably another 30 minutes or so, just until all this cheese and cream cheese melts. And this is gonna be a really, really delicious green enchilada chicken soup. We all loved this green enchilada chicken soup. Of course, that cornbread was delicious with it as well. It was the perfect addition, but I just wanted to tell you guys, this soup was so good. It had no spice to it as in heat, but lots and lots of flavor. Even both of my kids enjoyed it. I think this would also be really good with some tortilla chips, either crumbled up inside or for dipping. Y'all gotta try this one. A little cilantro for some color. There we go. Green enchilada chicken soup. So tonight we're gonna make Swiss chicken. You may have made this recipe before. It's really good, but if you haven't, you need to try it. So in my slow cooker, I've just got 3 chicken breasts that I cleaned and trimmed up. The original recipe calls for 6, but for our family of 4, 3 good-sized chicken breasts is plenty. 6 will be way too much. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, I have my chicken in there. Now we're gonna mix half a cup of milk and 1 can of cream of chicken. Next, right on top of that, we're gonna add about 6 slices of Swiss cheese, or however much cheese your heart desires. Although your heart might disagree in a few years, but we ain't gonna talk about that. This is good, okay? I'm not claiming it's healthy. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the packet from Stovetop stuffing mix, and I like the chicken flavor. We're just gonna sprinkle that all on top of the cheese. And my camera's going dead. We better hurry. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of move that around to get those seasonings mixed up evenly. All right, and lastly, you're gonna take 1/4 cup of melted butter or 1/2 stick and pour it over your stuffing mix. And you wanna kinda get it as moist as possible. Sorry if you don't like that word. You know what else word I hate? Nougat. Like in a candy bar. We were talking about this the other day. Nougat. Comment the word that y'all cannot stand to hear. I'd rather hear moist than nougat. I don't know why. Okay, y'all.
What about moist nougat?
No. No moist nougat in this recipe.
Nougat.
Stop it. No moist nougats. That is nasty. I don't know what that is, but it's nasty. All right, y'all. I actually melted a whole stick of butter. Oh, Lord, call the food place. Because I like it to be moist. Like I said, I don't want it to be dry. I mean, little dry pieces in here. But you can also add a little bit of chicken broth if you would rather not add butter. But like I said it was delicious, not healthy. We're gonna pop the lid on. This is gonna cook either on low for 5 to 6 hours. I'm gonna do mine on high, about 2 to 3 hours. All right, y'all, here is the Swiss chicken. Cooked on high for 3 hours, and then I turned it down to low, probably for another hour. But right now it's on warm, and it smells so good in here. It smells like a little mini Thanksgiving, and it's looking good and cheesy and all golden. So I'm just gonna make us some rice to put this over top, and we're gonna have dinner. All right, it's time to eat. I got my rice right here. We're gonna put this Swiss chicken right on top. Let me bring y'all closer so you can see how yummy. Chicken is nice and tender down there. And there we go, Swiss chicken. Like I said, it's like Thanksgiving, a mini Thanksgiving in a bowl. If you haven't tried this Crockpot recipe, you need to try it. I will have all 5 of these recipes either typed out or linked down below. Make sure you give these a try. I promise y'all are gonna love any of these. I hope you also hit that subscribe button before you go, and I will see y'all again real soon in my next video. Bye, y'all.